To take up your cross means that I've got a side of me, I've got a part of me that needs to be forced into submission. Let me say that again. That means I got a side of me, I got a part of me that has to be forced into submission. That is to say, everything that makes me up is not jumping up and down about Jesus Christ. I wish I had somebody. There is a side of me that does not want to submit my life to the authority of Jesus Christ. There are some pages in this book I want to tear out and burn up. I wish I had somebody. There is a side of me that has to be forced into submission. Now see, you don't want to say amen because you don't want other folks to know you got some fleshly proclivities. But you can say amen because they got some too. There are some parts of us that have to be forced into submission. And watch this. In both services, I know this is every Sunday, Brother Harris, every Sunday. In every service at St. Paul, there are at least always 13, 14 perfect people. You know, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. Let me help you. Don't you think just because you saved that your flesh ain't trying to be free? Are you hearing me? Just because you're a card-carrying member of the St. Paul Church and you've been here ever since we was at Jackson and Concord, don't you ever think your flesh ain't trying to be free. Because your flesh will let you come to St. Paul, usher on the usher board, sing in the choir, sit in the pulpit, and will get you out this parking lot and say, now it's over. I wish I had somebody. Your flesh wants to be free. The cross, watch this, was not only a symbol of death, but it was a symbol of humiliation. What do you mean, Davis? Because anybody who got put on a cross was put on a cross in public. Please don't miss this now. Anybody who got put on a cross, you were put on a cross in public. And the reason they put you on a cross in public is because what he was saying was to everybody that was watching that not only were you weak, but you're nobody. They would crucify you in public so that if anybody else had any ideas of trying to raise up like you did, they would know that not only are you weak, you are nobody, and if you try it, the same thing will happen to you. Are you hearing me? So when they put you on the cross, you didn't put yourself on the cross. They didn't put you rather on the cross in private. Are you hearing me? See, every now and then, you have to put your flesh on the cross in public. Are you hearing me? And can I tell you why you have to put your flesh on the cross in public? Because you got to do just like your mama and them used to do. That's right, mama and them. See, once upon a time, if you cut up in public, mama and them would work out in public. Wasn't no talking about when you got home. I wish I had somebody. I remember. I told y'all this before. I remember, Harris. I remember. Lord, I remember. When I was in Miss Cooper class at Wedlock Elementary School, I just had that class clown spirit on me during that time. Are y'all praying with me? Miss Cooper talked to me, reasoned with me, took my recess, still wasn't no getting along with Chris. I had that clowning spirit on me. Not only was I the class clown, but I made like I couldn't learn my multiplication tables, except for the zeros and the ones. Are y'all praying with me? I wouldn't even learn the fives. Everybody can learn the fives. The zeros and the ones, that's all I knew. She give me a note, tell me take it home to your grandmama. I said, okay. Get on the school bus. Well, one day, Miss Cooper dialed 870-735-8560. There was the number of James and L.E. Chambers. She answered the phone, Daryl. I didn't know Miss Cooper had called. My grandmama asked me that evening. She said, Chris, you got some homework? I said, no, ma'am. She said, you ain't got nothing to do? I said, no, ma'am. I said, can I go outside and play? Sure you can. Went outside and played, got up there next day, went to the bus stop, jumped on the bus with Mr. Tom Waterford, left Proctor, went on to Emerson. Wasn't long before I was in Miss Cooper class. But little did I know, when the bus left, that 1977 Delta Royale left too. I didn't know. Lord, I didn't know. She parked on the back of the building, child. Came on down the hallway. and was standing outside. And I saw Miss Cooper had the door cracked, but you know, we didn't have no air conditioning in Wedlock, so I just thought it was just for air circulation, you know what I mean? She called on me, she said, Chris, come to the front of the class. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm making faces as I walk, you know, they start laughing, it's on now. Recite your timetables. I said, one time 1 and 1, one time 2 and 2, one time 3 and 3. She said, Chris, you know you were supposed to learn the sixes last night. I said, I don't know them. She said, what? I said, I don't know them. She said, why haven't you learned them? I said, because I can't learn. I'm just slow. The class cracking up. About that time, Solomon, I heard something say, door swung over. And there she stood. I was the flesh. She was the cross. Yeah. I told you got to publicly put your flesh on the cross. She said, Miss Cooper, can I talk to him in the hall for just a minute? She said, sure you can. So when I walked out, Miss Cooper got ready to close the door. My grandmama said, that won't be necessary. Little did I know that laying on the floor right there was them 3 willows braided together. And it was eerily quiet in the classroom. Didn't I ask you last night, boy, if you had some homework? Yes, ma'am. And so you just looked me in my face and laughed. And then that's how I taught you to talk to your teacher. She said, but that's how we're going to get understanding today. I said, Grandma, can we talk about it? No, we're not going to talk about it at home. You didn't cut up at home. You cut up right here. And she commended in the hallway with the door open to putting my flesh on the cross. Are you hearing me? I saw Mr. QZ Smith coming down the hall. I knew he was going to run interference. He said, hey, Miss Chambers. Kept on walking. Are you hearing me? But let me tell you what'll happen when you put your flesh on the cross. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. Are y'all hearing me? There is something to be said for putting your cross. I wish I had somebody.
You have been listening to the dynamic word of Pastor Christopher B. Davis. Did you know St. Paul Baptist Church offers a holistic worship experience that caters to the whole family and community? We offer 2 services to meet your worship needs. Are you an early riser? Then the 7:45 a.m. worship service would work for you, with Sunday school immediately starting at 9:30 a.m., our regular mid-morning service starting at 10:30 a.m. During this service, we offer nursery from birth to preschool. We also offer JAM, Jesus and Me, covering ages 4 to 12. On every 5th Sunday, we offer 1 service starting at 9 a.m. There are many opportunities for Bible studies on Wednesday nights starting at 8 p.m. at the main University of Memphis campus. Lunch with the Lord Bible study on every Thursday at 12 noon. TNT, Thursday Nights Together Bible study, every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Also, we are offering Awana for the youth at 6:30 p.m.